Yes.
I know leaders were, so but not all parents were. All right, so a handful. I'm going to try to not repeat a few things, but I will repeat some. But introduce, okay. All right, so the objective for today was kind of we kicked around some ideas in the fall, in the spring of how do we go from good to great, and 750 in sales was our threshold to get here today. In a sense, that's really good. In another sense, there's a lot more out there that could be great for a kid. 750 will get you the helicopter, the remote control car, doesn't even get you the movie, and then doesn't even come close to that scholarship. So how do we take a 750 kid, and forgive me for calling him a 750 kid, how do we get a scout that's in that 750 range and get him up to 2,500? That's kind of where my whole point kind of comes from. And some of the things that I mentioned, so for the 3 or 4 of you that heard this before, I'll try to get it for everybody else. Our pack had 3 major philosophical kind of shifts in how we approach popcorn. I'm going to go in, I wrote this down in a specific order, but yeah, I'll do it that way. The first is that popcorn, because I imagine you guys are going to have colleagues or committee members that probably aren't, well, they aren't here. They're probably not living, breathing, sleeping popcorn the way I unfortunately do. So you're probably going to have some parents that might not be on the same page. So our philosophy was, one, it's a council fundraiser. And it legitimately is the only council fundraiser that the council will get a percentage of. So we get 34 or 35%, council gets 35%. No other fundraiser that we do. I mean, we could go sell meat sticks or wrapping paper or pizza kits, but we're probably not cutting the council a check for that. So this is the only fundraiser that actually puts money into the council, helps support the programs. If you don't take advantage of council programs, I know some units choose not to, but there's a lot of resources that they provide. Even if we don't go to their summer camp, they still provide a lot of different things that is worthwhile. So if there's if they're struggling to buy into that, maybe that appeals to the greater good. The idea that the more money we raise for popcorn, the more money we sell for popcorn, the more money we can help raise for the council to help fund. I mean, we went to Manahawkin, and we were at the only campsite without a functional latrine. Are you kidding me? So I talked to Andy, who's now the council guy. I'm like, Andy, fix the toilet. He's like, I just got off the phone. It's a $2 million project. I'm like, wow. They got to fix 150 toilets across 7 camps. So the idea that every little bit counts, right? Every little bit we sell helps the council. I'm kind of proud of the fact that my council's share that went to, or my unit's share that went to the council was approximately $28,000 of profit for the council. Careful how I say this. That's more than some units sold total. So I'm happy for that. Not the units, but happy that we can help the council because it's important for the council. So in that regard, if your parents aren't on board, that might be something to think about. Another thing that we do, and you might hear this at committee meetings, let's wait and see how much popcorn we sell before we decide what we're going to do. That was a thought that we had to kind of push out and be like, look, no, we want to do this, 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 and this. It's going to cost this, 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 and this. We need to sell this to get there. Then we sell the program to the kids. We're going to go do this ropes course in October. We're going to go do the Toledo Zoo in December.
All the parents ask you. People will come when you go take your kids door to door. They'll ask you, so what are you selling for? So that's
you have an answer.
Coach our kids. Yeah. We tell them. So they know what they're excited about. They know what their incentive is. One of our big activities that we did, we sold 30,000. We told our kids, we make 30,000. We sold like 35 as a cap. And we said, we're going to build a gaga ball pit at our school because we're sponsored with PTA at our school. So guess what? We oversold that. And when the kids were going to neighborhoods and telling other people in our neighborhood, they were all about it. And they bought even more popcorn because they were so excited that we're doing something not only for the kids, but also for the school too. So that was something our PAC did to help generate sales, as well as telling them, hey, we're also going to Toledo Zoo Snooze too. So that was another incentive that we helped our kids drive for.
We drink the thing. If your committee gets to that little notion of, well, let's wait and see, they don't have that motivation to sell. There's something about having to sell. And someone told me sitting up there 2 years ago, order enough popcorn this year for your entire sale that you sold last year. So I had $20,000 of popcorn sitting in my garage, knowing I had a $7,000 bill due on a certain date. That lit a fire under my butt to push my parents. So knowing we had to pay for it, knowing we had an adventure planned, that motivated me. I don't know if it's gonna work for everybody, but that's what they did. The wait and see mentality. If you wait and see how much you have, it's just gonna spiral down because the kids won't have that vision of what you're looking to do. Well, we'll wait and see. It's gonna never happen. My third one, and you guys are probably, this probably hits you right in the heart. Price point. What the heck am I spending $20 for? And it's this bag of half filled that feels bag of white cheddar or whatever.
Oh no, it's bigger. It's bigger.
It's now bigger. It's 77% higher.
Exactly right.
It's
You know
huge.
that.
Have you guys seen the pictures side by side of that yet?
Yeah.
So the premium caramel corn was about here, and the white cheddar was even bigger than the premium bag was. Everything any fundraiser ever sells is way more expensive than you can buy it on the shelf. So Tim has done a really, really good job, and he's having to walk up at the right time. That the whole premise is that we're funding scouting, we're funding the adventure. We're not really selling popcorn. But at the same time, your parents don't feel that way. Your coworkers, everybody that you guys contact with, are like, oh my gosh, Girl Scout cookies are $4.50. Why don't you sell those? Girl Scouts get 26 to 36 cents a box. We get 30%.
70.
70 now?
70 cents a box.
So they get 70 cents a
That's
box.
because it's $5 now.
Where you are.
Okay.
So it what
Buy
takes,
the
I mean, what, how many boxes? At 30 cents a box, that's 10 boxes, so it's $45 worth of Girl Scout cookies. You get the same return on one $10 bag of popcorn.
Exactly. And then just showing you like the rewards that we were able to do for our kids and help discount it and help say what we're going to help fund their adventures and help pay for stuff. So paying, we had a tier system for our kids who sold so much. We had different levels. If you sell our minimum, then we'll do half off for your different adventures. If you sell a certain amount, you get all of your adventures paid for, and then you might be able to get your parent paid too. Just to help incentivize people to help sell. I mean, that was sort of our PAX mentality to help encourage them to sell more. So then you help get more adventures for everybody and everything. And plus, again, our biggest incentive last year was the Gaga Pit. That was, big.
So to help push past the naysaying on the price point, it's not a $20 bag of popcorn. It's a commitment of time. So average sales, door to door, online, not online, door to door or storefront sales, national average is about $100 an hour. My pack, we average about $140 an hour. Here nor there, right? So you're still talking about $100, $125 an hour. So if a kid's goal is to sell $1,000, divide that by $125, and that's what, 6 hours of time, 7 hours of time. So rather than focus on, oh my gosh, I got to go sell a $20 box of microwave popcorn, focus on, I need to staff my storefront for 8 hours. If I commit to 4 2-hour shifts, all right, let's do that, man. 4 2-hour shifts, that's 8 hours, and you have 8 weeks to do it. And you could nail $1,000 right there. You should. I mean, unless your kid is, unless they spend the entire time playing under the table, which I'll tell you more about in a minute, they should be able to nail $1,000 in about an 8-hour commitment over 8 weeks. And what adventure is it worth 8 hours of time over 8 weeks? You're talking an hour a week. Wait, that's the hour a week they're telling us about, right? So think of it as time, okay? Our goal we set for our scouts felt dauntingly high. Oh my gosh, I gotta sell $1,000 of popcorn. Yeah, but if you just commit to 4 2-hour shifts, you get there. Piece of cake. So phrase it differently. The popcorn itself, honestly, you're gonna have you guys know this, I'm preaching to the choir. You're gonna have a customer that's gonna complain about the price. I think as a parent, that's where I step in and kind of like thank them. You know what? Hey, yes, it is expensive. The kids get a great benefit from it. They get far more money from it. The kid's not going to want to handle that, and they shouldn't necessarily have to handle that, especially when it's negative like that. But let the parent kind of step in at that moment, and then have the kid go somewhere else so that negativity doesn't get into the kid's head. Because if they feel it's too expensive, then they're going to struggle, and they're not going to want to talk to the next person. So, price point is a big. I hate to say a big naysayer, but it is. But we've kind of pushed past it by equating everything to time.
one important thing to remind the parents is, of course, it's going towards the donation. It's basically a donation, and you're getting a nice little benefit. So that's the big thing that we always tell kids. It's a donation. You're basically giving to kids, and you get a popcorn as a bonus.
It's like a telethon.
That's our big objection that we overcome by saying that.
So, as a parent, I think, and many of you know your own kid, and you probably, and if you could share this with the other parents that aren't here today, find what motivates your own kid. Is your kid motivated by the Gaga Ball pit? Is your kid motivated by the PlayStation on the prize sheet? It's really hard to walk up to a door, say, I'm raising money, I'm selling popcorn for Cub Scouts so I can win a PlayStation. It sort of feels selfish for the kid to say that, but you know deep down that's what he's going for, or she's going for. And as soon as my son hit that PlayStation level, break, stop, selling, done. That was it. He reached his goal. He stopped. Last year it was that $600 gift card. That's what he was going for. Hit that level, literally stopped. It was still 3 weeks left to go. But anyways, find what motivates the kid. And at home, I have the thermometers, which I have them all here. These are taped up to our counter, or our cabinetry, with their prizes circled that they want. These are taped up. They get their crayons, they color it, we date it. At the day they reach that level, it's written down. Matter of fact, last year I said, hey, look, we hit such and such on this date, can we beat it? I'm trying to find ways to keep them interested, excited, and motivated. You guys, your kids are probably already motivated. That or you're very motivated and your kids are coming with you. Either way, but you guys know this is a bigger team, and you probably don't want to be the parent that sits at home in October upset that your kid did all the work and no one else in the pack stepped up. So she's turning her head like, I've had that thought. So my kids had that thought too. So kind of help share some of these things if you guys are having those talks at your kickoff or your pack meetings or wherever have you. You know, parents stand around and talk.